The fish in God's Lake are almost beyond imagining. They're true monsters, trophy size, and huge bragging rights come with each gigantic fish. But these thrilling fighters aren't just trophy northern pike or lake trout or even walleye. Sure, you'll find them all here, but you'll also find some of the biggest brook trout in North America. Last year, God's River yielded 239 of the 283 trophy brook trout caught in the entire province. In other words, you can catch trophies in all 4 species here: northern pike, lake trout, walleye, and brook trout. The Grand Slam. It's a fisherman's dream, and we can make it come true at Elk Island Lodge.
I got a 39.5 inch, I think 2 days ago.
It was speckled trout. Speckled trout, or brook trout, whatever you wish to call them. And it was excellent. It's an incredible river. I got one master angler, and it was what, 23? 22. Beautiful fish, just like that. And we got a number of fish.
Mark, he caught a 39-incher.
The biggest northern I've caught up here is 47.5 inches. Pretty big.
We were actually fishing for walleye, and I was using a Rapala, and I caught a 24-inch lake trout. I'd never caught one in my life, even when we used to actually go fishing for lake trout with those little jigs, and I was just like, oh my God.
I do a lot of fishing in other places, and I have throughout the years, and I don't think there's any question that the fishing here at God's Lake is the best overall fishing that I've experienced.
Mr. Cam Green today had a beautiful 44-inch pike. Congratulations.
Elk Island Lodge co-owner Greg Dick can truly emphasize with guests because unlike most lodge owners, he is a fisherman through and through, and he knows how important a fishing trip can be.
When I first saw God's Lake, I was roughly around 10 years old. And I was able to fish with my father and my grandfather, and we were able to have a lot of good times in the boat fishing together. And I have a lot of young fishermen that come here, and to see the smiles on their faces, the young girls and boys catching big fish and lots of fish and enjoying times with their family and coming back year after year.
Today, Greg co-owns the lodge with his father, Brian Dick, and they see a bit of themselves in the families that come to fish at the lodge.
Oh, that's a big one.
I got a 31-inch liker or something like that.
A lake trout.
Yeah.
Whose clock are you trying to clean?
Yours? Because I caught like 15 fish yesterday and he only caught 2 or something like that.
Greg knows firsthand what it takes to make a great fishing lodge and an exceptional fishing experience for guests.
My father brought me along in the industry. When I first started, I was a yard man and did all the daily responsibilities that take place at a fishing lodge. After guiding for 3 or 4 years, I became a head guide, and then from head guide I went to assistant manager, to manager, and then owner-operator.
Because Greg and Brian Dick know what fishermen want, great fishing and a seamless trip, they give it to them. Unlike at many lodges, guests don't need to spend a night in Winnipeg before flying to Elk Island. You can take direct flights both to and from the lodge, eliminating 2 vacation days and extra hotel costs. Guests enjoy lunch during the flight to the island's private airstrip. arriving ready to head right out and catch some fish.
This is spectacular. You gotta great time.
The fishing is unlike any other I've ever had in my life. Far away from any kind of civilization, you know, it's really isolated up. You're in the wilderness. I live in Kansas City, you know, which is a pretty big city. It's really nice to get out of all that, kind of forget about everything and just come up here and fish with your friends.
Elk Island Lodge is located on the largest island on God's Lake, which is one of the biggest lakes in Manitoba, 65 miles long and 20 miles wide. In 1932, prospectors struck gold on the island. But today's guests are looking for a different kind of strike that's just as rewarding: trophy fish. You won't pan for gold, but you'll dine on golden fish fried in a pan during mouth-watering and memorable shore lunches.
Who was the big winner? Who had the trophy this morning?
Right here. Man had a trophy. Red.
Congratulations.
First trip.
Big Red. First trip he catches a trophy?
You'll strike it rich in fish and go home with plenty of precious memories.
Our rod's set up and we'll be down.
Okay, we'll be waiting.
Right, is that fair, Mike? Sure. Okay, Danielle, let's get our gear set up. Here's
You're
supposed to turn it around, though. There you go. Is this good weather going to stick? I hope so. Get them all together.
Two things I think about when I'm out boat fishing. One is I'm with my daughter and my dad, and you know, these are memories that will last a lifetime. And the other is this is just an incredibly special part of the world, and you really feel like you're part of nature here.
The best quality fishing for me here was a situation where my brother and I and our two sons, his son and my son, had competition for fishing. They outlasted us in about an hour and a half. They caught 27 fish and we caught 26. And we're talking about some pretty good sized fish.
Rod that's across his head.
We got beat, which is probably the best way to have it.
It's easy to make great memories here because friendly guides and staff go out of their way to ensure the best fishing trip you've ever had.
I was curious.
Staff is so pleasant. They're so helpful. They want you to have a good time. It's not out of bounds to ask for anything from extra food to extra tackle to whatever you might need, clothes. I forgot a hooded sweatshirt. They really want it to be a special experience.
They treat you really well here. You almost feel like you're kind of important when you come here.
I think there's several things that make a good guide: personality, getting along with people, being able to find fish. I try to help them have a good trip, you know, the best trip I can give them. I think the guests come back because we treat them well and, you know, have a good time, catch fish. And well, I've talked to a lot of guests that have stayed at other lodges on the lake, and they basically say there is no comparison.
In addition to the best guides, Elk Island Lodge has the finest equipment for fishing, including deluxe 18-foot boats with casting platforms and 40-horsepower Yamaha motors. Guests can do flyouts to God's River for an exciting experience landing trophy brook trout. Dedicated anglers can even take boats out on their own for free night fishing.
Yeah, these guys, they do know how to run a good camp, you know. Plus, they're fishermen too, so they don't know just the hospitality side, they know the fishing side. So they can talk to you about fishing, they can make suggestions.
Every once in a while you'll get a whitefish while you're trolling for walleyes.
Fishermen work up huge appetites. So in addition to fresh cooked shore lunches, there are hearty lodge meals such as prime rib and maple roasted pork tenderloin. With fresh baked breads and desserts, all served with a smile. When it's time to turn in for the night, comfortable cabins make it a pleasure. There's a bathroom for every 2 guests, bar fridges, a coffee maker, an oil heater for nippy mornings, and stunning views of the lake.
I think they do take really good care of the guests. I mean, every day you come in, your bed is made, and there's fresh towels. There's ice in your cabin, so you can make yourself a drink, and everything is cleaned up for you. It's very comfortable after a day on the water to come back in here and be able to relax in your cabin. And then, of course, you can go into the lodge and sit around the giant stone fireplace, which is very pleasant.
There are plenty of amenities at Elk Island Lodge. Golf carts let guests zip around the island to visit the historic gold mine or simply enjoy spectacular scenery. A game room and hot tub help guests unwind. There's even a tackle and gift shop. Every night, guests enjoy tempting hors d'oeuvres plus a full bar with snacks. Guests can conveniently run a tab at the bar and shop. 75% of them are repeat customers for good reason.
This is my passion. This is what I enjoy doing. This is why I wake up in the morning. I'm making a difference in the fishermen's lives, and I'm making a difference in the employees' lives. My guests can come here and literally have a fishing trip of a lifetime and carry that memory with them for as long as they live.
Guests spend their last morning at the lodge doing what they love, fishing. Then, Greg and his friendly staff give them a great send-off with a huge fish fry before everyone flies back to Winnipeg and then home.
So Pat, did you follow these guys then?
How do you like
We followed them.
There we go.
Nothing better than taters and onions.
Did you get one, Pat?
Here you go, Mr. Steve.
I keep coming back here. Well, there's many reasons. I love the location of the lake and the size of the lake. I like the way the birch and spruce trees line the lake. The fishing is amazing. For all these years, you can catch 3 different species on the same day. Go out for walleye in the morning, then as it warms up, catch some pike. Then go out for lake trout in the evening. You got amazing sunsets. The cloud formations as they blow by are beautiful. I love to hear the loons at night. I like the boats here. Nice big boats with great engines on them. And the cabins, they may be the best cabins in Manitoba that we've ever stayed in.
I'm gonna come back here as many times as I can till I'm dead.
If you're a fisherman, you'll have the time of your life because you'll do the best fishing of your life at Elk Island Lodge. You may even get more than one trophy fish, even the elusive Grand Slam. But no matter how many fish you catch or how big they are, you'll go home with memories as sparkling and awesome as God's lake.
There you go.
And exciting true tales of that paradise for fishermen, Elk Island Lodge.